Hi everyone, my name is Angie Norris and welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel, Angie's Book Adventures. And tonight I'm going to be doing a book review on a historical fiction book that I just recently read for one of my book clubs. And the title is Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. This particular copy I purchased through PangoBooks. If you guys are not familiar with PangoBooks, check it out. It's a website. It's also an app. You can download the app. It is a great place to buy inexpensive books. I also have a PangoBook storefront, and I'll link that below in the description. So this book was bought on PangoBooks, and when I got it, it actually had these beautiful sprayed edges. I'm going to keep this book just because I think it's so pretty. So I don't think I'm going to put this one in my Pango bookstore, but on the inside, it has, on the front cover and the back cover, it had the periodic table because this book is about chemistry. So I'm going to read you what the inside cover of the dust jacket, the description that they give, and then I'll give you my take on it. So, chemist Elizabeth Zott. Elizabeth is, these glasses are very dirty. Hang on just a second. Sorry. Okay, that's a little better. Chemist Elizabeth Zott is not your average woman. In fact, Elizabeth Zott would be the first to point out that there is no such thing as an average woman. But it's the early 1960s, and her all-male team at Hastings Research Institute takes a very unscientific view of equality, except for one, Calvin Evans, the lonely, brilliant Nobel Prize nominated grudge holder who falls in love with, of all things, her mind. True chemistry results. Like science, though, life is unpredictable, which is why a few years later, Elizabeth Zott finds herself not only a single mother, but also the reluctant star of America's most beloved cooking show, Supper at Six. Elizabeth's unusual approach to cooking, combine 1 tablespoon of acetic acid with a pinch of sodium chloride, proves revolutionary. But as her following grows, not everyone is happy, because as it turns out, Elizabeth Zott isn't just teaching women to cook. She's there, I can't talk tonight. She's daring them to change the status quo. So the dust jacket tells you a little bit about the book, but basically Elizabeth Zott she lives in California. She goes to the University of California at Los Angeles to get her master's degree. While she is there finishing up her master's degree, she is in the lab working late one night, and she is sexually assaulted by her professor. She then turns to attack him and calls the police. And when the police get there, they don't believe her. And this is the 1950s. The university does give her master's degree, but they refuse to admit her to their doctoral program. So she does not have her doctorate degree, and she takes this position at Hastings Research Institute because it's basically the only one she can find. She wants to go there to do serious research, science, chemistry. They want her to be the lab assistant and to go get coffee and to hunt down beakers. One day when she's hunting down beakers for her lab, she runs into Calvin Evans, who is a Nobel Prize winning scientist who works at Hastings Research Institute and has his own lab. And she doesn't like him at first, but as they meet in the lunchroom one day, he falls in love with her mind and eventually falls in love with her. They actually do discover that they are soulmates. They move in together, which is very unconventional for during that time period in history. They're unmarried. They don't get married. And unfortunately, she does become a single mother. They have a child, But before the child is born, or actually before she even finds out she's pregnant, Calvin is actually killed in a car accident or in an accident. And she is thrown into being a single mother and trying to earn a living to support her daughter. And how she gets to be on the cooking show is a very interesting aspect of the book as well. It happened by happenstance or by chance or whatever, however that saying is. But it turns out that this television production company offers her this job as the host of a cooking show. Well, they want her to be the little Miss Betty Crocker, wear the cute dress with the apron, have the cutesy little set with all the flowers in the window and, you know, all the cute little decorations on the set. And that's not what she wants to do. So she comes in first day on the job and she gets rid of all that stuff. And she teaches cooking, but she teaches it from the perspective that cooking is very simple because all it is a lesson in chemistry. And women across the country fall in love with her and her way of teaching the cooking shows, and it is a huge success. There are some twists and turns toward the end of the book because she doesn't stay on the cooking show. But while she is on the cooking show, not only is she teaching women how to cook by lessons in chemistry, but she also teaches them about a woman's role in their home and in their life. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I love historical fiction. So I actually gave this one a 4-star rating, and I highly recommend that you check it out if you haven't read it.